Hello level 2 students, how are you all doing? I hope you have done all your workbook exercises of the last unit we learned, block graphs. So with that unit 14 we have completed our second term or final term portions. So do you remember what all are the units we learned in this term? First we learned multiplications. We learned the multiplication tables. Yes, and then there was a unit test in that. You all did well. You all scored very good marks in that. Very good. And then based on the multiplication, after you all learned multiplication thoroughly, we started with division. Then we learned fractions. Then we learned money, time, area, and block graph. We have learnt all these units in second term, right? So to remember all the main points what we have learnt in the past few months, let's do some revision work, okay? Let's do revision of the portions we have learnt till now so that it will be easy when you move on to the level 3. So take your work notebook and take the last section of your work notebook. That is, let's do revision for the final term. Final term revision. Take that page. You can color this. See, one girl and boy and one teddy bear. They are reading. You can color it beautifully with the color pencils. Okay. Now, let's start doing our exercises. So, first, let's start the division chapter. I hope you all remember your multiplication tables very well. Only if you know multiplication, you can do division. Yes? So what is multiplication? Multiplication is repeated addition. That is making things into equal groups and adding them. What is division? Division is equal sharing. We have to, from the whole, we have to make equal groups. So read the first question here. Put 12 bananas in groups of 3 in each basket. Equal groups. Okay, all groups should be 3. So in the baskets, we have to put 3 bananas each. So 12 divided by 3 will be, what will be 12 divided by 3? We have to say 3 tables. Yes? We have to say the 3 tables. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Same way, the opposite of division is multiplication. So 4 into 3. See, 4 into 3 is 12. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12. So this is the relationship between division and multiplication. These two, if you multiply, you will get the answer in multiplication. So the answer, if you divide by any of one, then you will get the other number. Now please read the second question. Write the correct answers in the boxes. We have to multiply and here we have to do the division. This is the relationship between multiplication and division. Let's see how it is going. So 6 are 36. 3 6 36. Yeah. What will you do when you do division? You will tell the tables, multiplication tables of this number, this small number. So what is that? 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 threes are 18, 6 fours are 24, 6 fives are 30 and 6 6 are 36. When are we getting 36? When it's 6 into 6. So the answer for 36 divided by 6 is 6. So this is the relationship. See, once you write 6 into 6, 36, it will be easy for you to write 36 divided by 6. It will be the other number. Okay. So if you know one of this, you can write the division. If you know multiplication, you can write the division. If you know the division fact, you can write the multiplication fact. See here, 4 fours are 16 and 16 divided by 4 is again 4. Then 6 into 4. 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. 24 divided by 6 is, see, 24 is here, 6 is here. What is the other number which is left out? 4. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. So this is how you write the division fact from the multiplication fact. So if you know the multiplication table, it will be very easy to do both multiplication and division. It is very important to know the tables. Now, divide and write the answers. So always remember, you have to tell the table of this divisor. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9. So where our number, this dividend is coming, there we have to stop. So this is the quotient. The answer is the quotient of the division. So 3 threes are 9. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 25 divided by 5 is 5, because 5 fives are 25. 24 divided by 6 is 4. We did right just now. 16 divided by 4 equal to 4. 32 divided by 8 is equal to, you have to say 8 tables. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24, 8 fours are 32. So exactly 32 we are getting. So we will write 4 as the answer. 45 divided by 5 is 9. 49 divided by 7 equal to 7. 12 divided by 2 is 6. You tell the tables and write the answers. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8, 2 fives are 10 and 2 6 are 12. So when are we getting 12? When it is 2 into 6. So 6 is the answer. Then 20 divided by 10 is 2. 10 divided by 1 is 10, because any number divided by 1 is the same number. Now let's do question number 4, division of numbers with reminders. 11 divided by 2. We have to do the division, write the quotient here and remainder this side. What is remainder? Do you remember? Remainder is the number which is left out after we make equal groups. Division is making equal groups, right? So if there are some numbers which are left out, which we cannot make into groups, they are known as reminders. So let's do the division and find out the remainder for this. 11 divided by 2, write it like this. Say 2 table. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, 2 fours are 8, 2 fives are 10. So 10. Now 2 6 are 12. We can't write 12 because 12 is greater than 11. So we have to write 2 5s are 10. Now subtract this 11 minus 10. That is 1. So 1 is remaining. That cannot be made into groups. So the remainder is 1. What is the quotient? It is 5. Similarly, let's do for 12 divided by 3. Which table you have to say? You have to say 3 tables. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 3 fours are 12. It is coming exactly 12. 3 fours are 12. Now do 12 minus 12. It is 0. So is there anything left out? No. So the remainder is 0. And what is the quotient? The quotient is 4. 26 divided by 5. 26, 5. 5 fives are 25. So the quotient is 5. And write 25 here and subtract. What is the remainder? How much is 26 minus 25? 1. So the remainder is 1 and the quotient is 5. Always be careful that when we are telling the table, it should be less than the given number, dividend. It should not be more than that. When we say 5 into 6, it will become 30. So we cannot write 30 here and then we cannot subtract. So it has to be equal or less than the number with which we are dividing. Okay. So this is how you do division with remainder. This is very important. Do it carefully. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Division word problems. Okay. How to do problems with statements like this by using division. There are 40 topics in a subject and the topics are covered in 4 terms. How many topics will be covered in each term? Okay, so totally there are 40, and in 4 terms we have to, like we have first term, second term, in 4 terms we have to cover all the 40 chapters. How will we do it? Number of topics, how much? Number of topics is 40. 40, all of you, right? Number of terms, how many terms we have to complete it? In 4 terms. So in each how many we have to complete? That means 40 is the total, and we have to divide it into 4 equal groups. Yes? How many will be in each group? We have to see that. So number of topics in each term will be 40 divided. So we have to divide it equally. 40 divided by 4. You can do the calculation here. 44. So you have to say 4 table. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. Like that, when you say 4 tens are 40. So the quotient is 10. What is the remainder? No remainder. 0. So 10 topics you will cover in 1 term. Like that, second term you will cover 10 topics, third term 10 topics, and fourth term 10 topics. Together it will be 40 topics. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. So the answer is 10 topics. How many topics will be covered in 1 term? 10 topics. Okay. Next. Sana put 73 balls equally into baskets. Each basket has 9 balls. How many baskets are there? How many are left? Okay. Total number of balls, how much? 73. So number of balls in a basket will be, in how many balls she put? In each basket she put 9 balls. So how many baskets will be there? Number of baskets she needs is 73 divided by 9. Yes, let's do it here. Sorry, 9 8s are 72. So 72 we will write. What is the remainder? And the quotient is 8. So what we have to write? How many baskets are there? There are baskets, 8 baskets. And how many are left? How many balls are left? 1 ball is left. 73 balls. If we put in 9 baskets, if we put 9 in each basket, there will be 8 baskets and 1 will be left out. Next, let's do problems based on divisibility. Let's try to recap. What will be the number that will be divisible by 2? All numbers that end with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are divisible by 2. Numbers which are divisible by 5. Numbers that end with 5 or 0. The last unit's place. If it's 5 or 0, then it will be divisible by 5. Then what are the numbers that end with 0 are divisible by 10. So do you remember what is divisible? I told you. It is when a number is divisible by 2, that means when we divide by 2, there are no reminders. Nothing is left out. It is perfectly divided. That is what we call divisible. Okay. Now let's circle the numbers divisible by 2. So for 2, what all it should end with? 0. So 20, 50, 12. It should end with 2 also. 26. Yes, these are the numbers divisible by 2. Then circle the numbers divisible by 5. It should either end in 0 or 5, right? So 6, 60, 55, 110, 35. All these are divisible by 5. Then circle the numbers divisible by 10. It should end only in 0. If it has to be divisible by 10, it has to end only in 0. So 10, 80, 100, 50. All these are divisible by 10. Then circle the numbers divisible by both 5 and 10. That means it has to end in 0 only, because For 5, it will end with 0 and 5. For 10, it will end in 0. So for both, if it has to be divisible by both, it has to end in 0. So we will see 50, 60, 30 and 100. Similarly, circle the numbers divisible by 2, 5 and 10. Again, this also has to end in 0 because it has to be 2. If it ends in 0, it will be divisible by 2. If it ends in 0, it will be divisible by 5. It will be divisible also by 10. So, all the numbers that end in 0 will be divisible by 2, 5 and 10. So, 40, 70, 80, 90. So, this is how you do divisibility test. You have to remember this. What it will end with. Accordingly, you have to read the question carefully and circle the numbers. Now, let's move on to the next section. Fractions. So, write the fraction of each shaded figure and fill in the blanks. How to write fraction? Fraction is a part of the whole. The parts of a whole are called fractions. A fraction has a numerator, that is the number above, and a denominator, that is the number below. Yes, these are the fractions. So, first by seeing the figure, we will write the numerator and denominator and then we can build the fraction. So, what will be the numerator? First figure you see, numerator is 1 because only one portion is shaded. 1. And how many total portions we have? 3. So, denominator is 3. Therefore, the fraction is 1 by 3. Here, there are 2 shaded portions. Numerator is 2. And how many are divided? How many are total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 equal portions are there and among that only 2 are shaded. So, the denominator is 10. So, the fraction is 2 by 10. Third one. How many portions are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many in total? 9. So, the numerator is 6. Denominator will be always the total number of portions. So, the fraction is 6 by 9. Here, totally 8 portions, that is the denominator. And how many are shaded? Number of shaded portions will be in the numerator, 4. So, 4 numerator, 8 denominator, fraction is 4 by 8. This is how we write the fractions. Fractions are nothing but parts of a whole. This is the whole and we make it into different parts. Now write the fraction and identify whether the fraction is unit or non-unit. What is unit fraction? All fractions which have numerator 1 are unit fractions and all fractions that have numerator more than 1 like 2, 3, 10, 13 etc. they are non-unit. So if it is 1 we have to say unit. If it's not 1 we have to say non-unit. So first one, what is the fraction? First let's write the fraction and then say unit or non-unit. One portion is shaded out of 5 portions. So 1 by 5. The fraction is 1 by 5. So is it unit or non-unit? It is unit because the numerator is 1. Unit fraction. Here 4 by 8. The fraction is 4 by 8. Is the numerator 1? No, it is not 1. It is more than 1. So it is non-unit. Then this is 3 portions are shaded out of 6. So the fraction is 3 by 6. 3 by 6. It is non-unit. The numerator is not 1. So it is non-unit. Done? Unit and non-unit fraction. Unit fraction will always have the numerator as 1. Write the fraction of each of the shaded figure. Okay, how to write the fraction? Shaded portion by total number of portions. Shaded portion will be in the numerator. Total number of portions will be in the denominator. So, fraction is a part shaded part of the whole. Okay, let's start writing quickly. Write along with me. What is this? 1 by 3. The fraction is 1 by 3. This is 1 by 8. This is 1 by 8. This is 1, 2, 3. 3 portions are shaded, and how many total? 5. 3 by 5. The fraction is 3 by 5. Here there are 2 equal portions. One is shaded. So 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is also known as half. 1 by 2 is nothing but half. 2 portions are shaded out of 3. So 2 by 3. 1 by 6. 1 by 6. Next. 1, 2, 3. 3 are shaded out of 8. So it is 3 by 8. 1, 2, 3. 3 are shaded out of 4. 3 by 4. 3 by 4. Then 1 is shaded out of 4. 1 numerator, 4 denominator. 1/4 or quarter. 1 by 2 is known as half. 1 by 4 is known as quarter. Yes, we learned this in clock also. While reading time also, we learnt about half and quarter. Do you remember? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Match the following. Here we have different pictures of fractions. Here we have the fractions written. Okay, we have to match both of them. For that, first what we have to do? We have to write the fractions for these shaded portions. Then it will be easy for us to match. First, let's write the fractions. So this is 2 by 5. This is 2 by 4. 1 by 5. 1 by 2. And 1 by 4. So let's match. 2 by 4, where it is? It is number 2. And 1 by 5, where it is? 3. This is 1 by 5. Then 1 by 4, where is 1 by 4? This is the last one, 5. Then 2 by 5, the first one. Here 2 by 5 is this picture. Then 1 by 2. It is right here, 4. 1 by 2, half. So, whenever they give match the following, you have to first write the fraction of the shaded portion, and then it will be easy for you to match it. Like this, you have to match the following. Let's move on to the next question now. Circle the greatest fraction. So, how to compare the fractions? So, do you remember what are like fractions? Like fractions are fractions that have the same denominator. See here, all the same denominators are 7. Same. Only the numerators are different. So, we have to compare these fractions and see which one is the greatest. So, first let's do the second one. See, it is like fraction and we just have to see the numerator. So, the small numerator will be the smallest fraction. Big numerator will be the greatest fraction. So, this is small. This is also small. 6 by 7 is the greatest fraction. But see the first one, only the numerators are same. The denominators are different. So, it is not like fraction. In that case, when the numerators are same, denominators are different, what will be the greatest fraction? Biggest fraction will be the fraction which has the smallest denominator. So, if the denominator is small, it will be big. If the denominator is big, the fraction will be small. So, here we have to circle the greatest fraction. So, 1 by 3 is the greatest fraction. Next, circle the smaller fraction. Smallest actually. So, smallest is also the same. For like fractions here, this is the smallest because the numerator is small. For unlike fractions or the fractions where numerators are same, if the denominator is big, the fraction will be small. 1 by 9 is the smallest fraction. Okay. Now let's arrange from smaller to greatest order. ascending order from small to big. So first you have to check? You have to check if the numerator is same or the denominator is same. The numerator is same here. So what will be the smallest fraction? If the denominator is big, this will be the smallest fraction. So first write 1 by 7. 1 by 7. Then 1 by 5. And last 1 by 3. Because 1 by 3 is the greatest fraction. This is like fraction because the denominators are same, 9. So, which will be the smallest? 2 by 9 will be the smallest. Then 6 by 9 and 7 by 9. Okay. So, whenever they ask us to compare the fractions or write the greatest, smallest or arrange in order, we have to see what is same. Denominator is same or the numerator is same. Accordingly, we have to choose the greatest and smallest. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. What are the missing numerators and denominators of the equivalent fractions? What are equivalent fractions? Do you remember? Equivalent fractions are fractions which have different numerators, different denominators, but the value will be same. Their value will be same. So first we have to write the fractions for both, and then we will find that both the fractions are equivalent. The value is same. See here, there are 4 portions and 2 of them are shaded. So the fraction is 2 by 4. Here the fraction is 1 by 2. Yes, but see the shaded portion, both are equal. Same. Here also this much is shaded, here also this much is shaded. So these both are equivalent fractions, but the numerators are different, denominators are also different, but they are equivalent because when we see the picture, we can see that the shaded portion is same. The whole is also same, the shaded portion is also same. Okay, similarly, let's write for the other. Second one. 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is equivalent to 6 by 10. Yes, 6 divided by 10 total. So 3 by 5 is equal to 6 by 10. Similarly, 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is equal to 6 by 9. 4 by 16. 4 by 16 is equal to 1 by 4. How 16 here? It is divided into 16 portions. If you count, there will be 16 and 4 of them are shaded. So 4 by 16 is equal to 1 by 4. Both the shaded portions are equal. 1/4 is shaded in both. So this is how we see the equivalent fractions. Okay, with this we have completed the revision of the chapters division and fraction. So all of you do this in your workbook. Revise your portions which you learnt earlier. In the next video, let's revise the other chapters in our workbook. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye children. Take care.